Hello and welcome to the Joy Journey podcast. I am so excited for a new theme this month. You can see I've got some fall theme stuff going on. It is pumpkin spice season. Anyone down with pumpkin spice? I could actually take it or leave it. Find a little bit sweet. I'm more like but I'm a cozy person. I love the fall. The energy is so nourishing. It is soup season. It is stew season. I'm here for it. It's sweater season. It's sweater weather. Okay. It's sweater weather. So this month we're going to be diving into the theme of grounding. And I think this is just something we all need right now, especially when life feels a little bit wobbly, especially if you're moving through a transition or seasonally, we're actually going through a transition in the area that I'm in. And I think it's important to share about grounding because it's not just about standing barefoot in the grass, which is awesome and I highly recommend, but it's the kind of inner sturdiness, that kind of sturdiness within that helps you to walk through your day, your week, your month, your year with presence and clarity and maybe a little bit more trust, feeling more held, more supported. So I want you to imagine that no matter what storm is swirling around inside or outside of you, you've got roots so deep that you can bend without breaking. That's what grounding with joy feels like. That's what we're going to talk about today. So grab your favorite freaking pumpkin spice, your pumpkin spice something, favorite tea or coffee, something cozy, and sit down and enjoy. Hey there, it's Jillian, your guide to all things joy, and this is the Joy Journey podcast. Oh my God. Hello, Joy fam. Okay, so I'll be honest, this has been a week. It's been such an amazing week, so magical in so many ways, but I recently had one of those mornings where everything was going wrong, or not even just a morning, a whole friggin' day where it felt like everything was going wrong. So much is happening lately in the joy realm, so many beautiful things. And alongside it, we've had tech issues and things that I just don't appreciate. Okay. Things like contrast that, again, aren't here to hurt us or harm us. Oh, they feel harmful in the minute that they're happening, but are really here to show us where to revision. But if I'm 100% honest, we started the Joy Nest, which is so much fun and I'm loving it and I'm so excited. And there were so many tech challenges on the first call. And I felt wobbly after. It was interesting because here I am guiding, teaching the practice of joy. And because that day was so full and I was preparing and everything, I didn't actually get a chance to ground my energy. I didn't get a chance to ground until the call itself. So when I look back, I can see where I could have actually set myself up for more success. I see where when I start to wobble, it's usually because I'm not tending to myself, my joy. And if you're new to the joy realm, welcome. But joy doesn't always mean like that light, bright, shiny experience. Joy is actually who we are, and it requires us to remember it. So this is what I call the practice of joy, and this is what I'm required to do as well. I don't just get to sit and teach and talk about it all the time, although that would be lovely. No, it's like I actually am I'm called into this work each and every day. And when I don't do it, when I don't meet myself with what I call my daily joy ritual, shit hits the fan, usually is what happens. And so I witness that happening. And the good news is that we're not here to be perfect. So we're here to be human. And I'm very human, even though I guide this work. I still have struggles just like anyone else. And the places where I start to feel wobbly or I lose my footing is exactly where I know I need to pick my joy back up. It's where I reach for the practices that root me back into my joy. So 5 minutes with the daily joy journal, and I'm literally good. And I'm not just saying that because I wrote it, which I did. I wrote it. But the truth is, I wrote it for me. I wrote it for me. These are everything that I do and teach and guide and teach others how to do are practices that I've used to feel better in my life. And so typically 5 minutes with my daily joy journal, some breath, a meditation shifts me back into presence. And then suddenly I remember, hey, I'm okay. I got this. I'm supported. I'm sturdy. I'm good. And I feel so inspired to share this today and this month because I think so many of us, when I look out in the world, especially when I'm driving, especially coming now from the country to the city, being a country woman, it's crazy out there. Just so much road rage and stress and anxiety and people being so rude to each other. And this level of stress is so high, it's never coming back down. So we're at like level 10 and taking it out on each other. Where if we could just take a moment to come back home to ourselves and ground into our internal state and experience, like come back home to our neutral, ground in our center, I think the world would be a better place. And so this is what we're going to talk about today. We are gonna ground. Let me take a swig. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about some joy tools to help to ground because how do I ground? It's kind of like maybe even a hip thing to be saying. And you're like, what the hell does that even mean? So, grounding to me is really about building inner sturdiness. Does that line up for you? Like, feel into when you feel really stressed, you're in a stress spin or overwhelmed, and then feel into the opposite experience. What are you seeking there? That is what grounding is to me. It's this experience of coming home to myself, back to inner peace, and a sense of, I got this, essentially. So this is exactly what the joy method was created for, was to support you in feeling better. And to me, feeling better means feeling peaceful, feeling sturdy, feeling okay while life does what life is going to do around me. And let's be honest, life is lifing. Life is really lifing right now. So we need these practices more than ever, 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 ever. And I find in the joy community, we're getting asked so much more to go into workplaces and schools and environments to bring joy, even though we're not bringing it, we're actually guiding people back to it. But to expand joy because it's really wild out there right now. There's a lot of suffering, just a lot. I sometimes don't even know how to describe it, what I'm seeing and experiencing out in the world. But that's why I know this is more important now than ever. So you're in the right place. If you're feeling wobbly, I got you. So the joy method was created as a feel better method on the one hand. And if you want to learn more about it, you can actually go listen to episode 7, I think it is. I hope it's all around the joy method, but it's really a way to feel better. And it's also a manifestation method, meaning it's a way in which to expand more of what you desire in your life. But for this purpose, for grounding, I'm just going to walk through what this gets to look like. So there are 7 steps in the joy method. And they're not always linear, but I'm going to describe them in a linear fashion just so that you can get a kind of feel for it by listening to it. So when we're feeling out of sorts or wobbly or stressed or overwhelmed or scattered, whatever that experience is, it doesn't feel good. That feels the opposite of ungrounded for you. And DM me and tell me what that is for you. If you could describe ungrounded for you, what does that experience feel like for you? So when you're feeling ungrounded, let's walk you through how the joy method can bring you back to feeling solid and sturdy again. So first of all, we want to feel the feelings, which I know is like yuck, gross, uck. I don't want to feel that, especially if I'm ungrounded, because I don't want to feel worse. But the truth is that we actually need to feel how we feel in order to feel any better. So there's so much power in actually acknowledging how you're feeling and how you are experiencing things because our feelings are actually our guides. Your feelings are here to tell you something. So if you're feeling unsturdy or ungrounded, why is the question? So first we want to feel the feeling and just notice what's true for you in this moment without judgment, just pure honesty. Like, how am I actually feeling? And if you can't name the feeling, I've got resources for you. Reach out. I've got resources. Well, actually, we've got resources in the Joy Nest, but that's a whole other story. But first, just really feeling, acknowledging, and making room for how you actually feel in this moment. And then notice, what is this feeling here to tell you? What is this feeling here to inform you of? And when you can do that, when you can start to meet your feelings, there's so much wisdom in them. And I feel like it just drops in. So it'll start to drop in more quickly, more quickly, more quickly. But because in our society, in our culture, we're typically taught not to feel. We're from a very young age taught don't cry, don't yell, don't this, don't that. And we are encouraged to be the good girl, the good boy, whatever that means. And so a lot of us have really programmed ourselves to actually not feel, or we've been programmed to not feel. So we're really doing quite a lot of deprogramming. So I make it sound really easy. I want to honor that it's not always that easy, that this could be tricky for you, but that it is absolutely possible. And feeling takes practice just like everything else. So, noticing what is true for you, getting curious, what is this feeling here to show me? Notice where you're feeling wobbly or unsteady. This is your compass, is to actually notice. And notice the thoughts. What are you focused on? Because typically, when we're feeling wobbly, our thoughts, I'm going to bet, are on something outside of us or someone outside of us. They're on things that we often cannot control. Feel into that. Is that true for you? If when you're in a wobble, you're focused on the environment, society, your husband, your friend, your aunt, whatever, other things going on outside of you. But then what we want to do once we've noticed where the focus is and we've noticed what the feeling is here to tell us, then we get to shift it. So we start to shift toward what we want instead. And if you're not sure what you want instead, you can just shift with just something as simple as maybe a few deep breaths, maybe even 10 deep breaths, matching your inhales to your exhales to just begin to give yourself some room to breathe and be. And then I would ask, what do I want to experience instead? And this is maybe where you want to experience more peace, or you want to feel calm, you want to feel sturdy, you want to feel grounded, whatever that experience is. Probably the opposite of whatever you're feeling. And then we want to set a positive intention. So, what do you most want to experience today? What do you most want to experience today? And now we're going to start to clear the slate of where you were, what was happening, all of the wobble, all of it. Now we're here and we're moving forward. What do you most want to experience? Is it peace? Is it ease? Is it groundedness? Whatever it is. And then we're going to root that intention into action. Not necessarily physical action, but some sort of inspired action. Maybe it's writing down what you desire today. Maybe it's moving your body. It is moving yourself toward the experience you're seeking. Maybe it's a meditation. Maybe it's calling up a friend or calling in support or having a salt bath or taking a nap or getting something that's on your plate off your plate. So, what is an inspired action that will support you in feeling how you want to feel? One inspired action, one inspired action. And then we're going to invite in gratitude for what's going well. So, gratitude is one of the easiest ways to start to feel better, and it will start to bring you back to yourself when you focus on, you'll notice the mind starts to focus more on what's good instead of what's awful, bad, wrong, that is creating more of a spin. So, what is currently going well? This is blessing focused. What's going well? Where am I winning? What am I doing well? What can I focus on that is good? Okay. And then also celebrating. Get excited about what you're co creating now with your focus. So, whatever you're calling in more of, okay, I'm calling in, I want to feel more peaceful. I'm getting excited to create my own inner peace. Acknowledge yourself for the steps that you're taking to feel better and feel more connected and feel more grounded. Every step that you take, every moment of awareness, the space that you're taking right now to practice groundedness is actually helping you to feel more centered. And just checking in with how you're feeling, even just listening based on how you felt at the beginning of the call. Are you feeling a little bit more centered within yourself? We'll do a little meditation after this as well. We're going to bring all that energy back to you so that you can feel centered and held. And then the last step is trust, the last step of the joy method. And that's the trickiest step, but it's also so powerful. This is the deepest root, okay? Trusting in yourself, bringing all that energy back into you, trusting in life, or whatever it is that makes you feel most connected will help you to come back home and just feel more centered. You'll notice if you're watching on YouTube, I'm just closing my eyes and holding my hands to my heart. And right now, my solar plexus, literally, that's what was my body was asking for. And it just actually feels like I'm just holding myself, feeling even more sturdy just doing that inspired action. And then taking some breaths. So, next tool that I want to talk about is the Daily Joy Journal. And this really is like a grounding tool, a grounding and supportive tool. It blends the joy method with law of attraction, positive psychology, all of my own experiences and wisdom. It blends it all into a guided daily practice that takes maybe 5 minutes. The gray journal, the original, takes about 5 minutes. The black journal takes a little bit longer because there's more preparation. It's the next level. It's the leadership edition. I would say start with the original Joy Journal. And right now, actually, I am using the Daily Joy Journal, the original version, because through the move in the summer, I was just in some overwhelm and I found my resistance to the black one because it just takes a little bit more time. So I'm like, okay, we'll switch it up. We'll do the gray one, whatever works. But this is a tool that makes this real for me every single day, that makes me feel supported, grounded, aligned, and peaceful. It's 2 to 5 minutes in the morning, ideally. Maybe you do it in the evening. Some people do. And it's like planting roots into the earth. And when I write down what I'm grateful for, when I focus on my intentions, when I focus on my wins and my celebrations, when I claim what I want to experience, and I bring that energy back into me instead of the world around me or what's going on around me, it feels so much sturdier. And it feels like whatever happens now, okay, I've chosen my ground. I've paved the pathway for myself with powerful energy forward. And that's a consistent practice. And so this is what I would call part of my daily joy ritual. A practice, really, like a ritual is something that you show up for and you do regularly every day. You could think of brushing your teeth as a ritual. So I call it my daily joy ritual because I show up to practice joy each and every day and it supports me in feeling how I most want to feel. Okay. So let's talk really briefly about creating a joy ritual that actually you can do, a joy ritual that works for you. We have a workshop coming up on this. If you want more, you can join. For now, I would just say we overcomplicate things. We make it so much harder to do the thing. So, does it need to be 5 things? Do you need to do A, B, C, D, E? Does it have to be 1 hour? Does it have to be so hard? Or could you simply show up for yourself for 5 or 10 minutes each morning and meet yourself before you meet the world? This is what I recommend to all of my students, my clients, all the joy nesters. This is what we're doing together. This practice will change your life. This is anchoring your life into joy, making how you feel your number one priority every single day. I guarantee you it will change everything. So for you, maybe your ritual is waking up and having a lemon water before you drink the coffee. Would that feel more supportive? I know for me it does. Maybe it's the Daily Joy Journal. 5 minutes. Maybe it's a meditation, 5, 10 minutes, whatever it is. Maybe it's a bit of yoga or movement or a walk. It could be literally anything. And I feel like you probably do have a ritual. You just don't know it. And or you're ready to recommit to it and or you're ready to create one, in which case, yay, this is so fun. This is my jam. I'm so excited for you. And I know that this will change everything. So whatever feels supportive with that, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. We've got a whole community here for you. I think the bottom line would be the consistency piece. And that's what I even struggle with. I talk in the Daily Joy Journal about sacred discipline. And to me, this is the act of like, I don't want to say pushing ourselves because I don't like the energy of push or force, but it's like lovingly nudging ourselves through to do the thing that we know is good for us. And in the humanness, sometimes we avoid those things that are good for us. Rude, I know, but sometimes we do. And I do it too. And I notice my life will go to shit. It'll hit the fan. Things will get so wobbly, tech issue, all the issues, just things that I do not want, drama, things that I don't really truly want to experience. But when I show up for myself fully, when I start the day for me, when I start the day with joy and make it my priority, life gets better. I experience more peace. Things feel smoother because it's the energy I'm bringing is peaceful energy instead of chaos. I just saw the Tasmanian devil in my head. Who here? Who's feeling like the Tasmanian devil? I see you. I feel you. But it's really like if that is your energy in your life, and sometimes we have seasons that feel like that, but I just feel like it's showing us where we get to shift. And when you have a daily joy ritual, it's kind of like having a rumble strip on the road instead of being in the ditch. You can sense when you're out of alignment more quickly, and it's easier to get back into alignment than forgetting yourself and your joy for days, weeks, months, years, and then being like, holy shit, I'm so far away from myself. This is how we stay on track. This is how we feel as good as we possibly can. This is how we practice joy and feel good. Okay. So let's do a little grounding meditation, if you will. If you're driving, please don't Do it, just do it safely and close your eyes if it's safe, okay? Close your eyes and get cozy and comfortable. This is just a couple of minutes here just to support you in feeling more grounded today and for the rest of the week. So again, just closing the eyes if it feels comfortable and safe to do so. And start with a nice big deep breath in, filling up with whatever you most need right now. And exhaling, releasing with a sigh. Again, breathing in, filling up and releasing. Continuing to breathe with ease and just matching your inhales with the exhales. And let's begin by just noticing and feeling where your body meets the chair, the couch, or the floor that you're sitting or laying on. Just simply noticing. Notice the support underneath you and let yourself soften into it like the earth is holding you. If you can, imagine roots extending from the base of your spine down through your legs and out through the soles of your feet. Imagine these roots traveling deep into the earth, anchoring and steadying you. And with every single breath, they grow stronger, wider, and more connected. As you inhale, imagine drawing up the earth's steadiness, calm presence, quiet strength. Letting it rise through the body and exhaling to release any tension, worry, strain, or scattered energy down through the roots, letting the earth transmute it into something beautiful and new. Continuing to inhale and exhale, feel yourself filling up with that beautiful earth energy. Feel yourself releasing anything you no longer need on the exhale, giving it all away. Now, as you're feeling sturdier, more held, supported, and peaceful, bringing one energy, one word, or one feeling to your mind to anchor into today. Maybe it's peace or trust or joy, or maybe it's ease. And let that one word drop into your heart like a pebble in a small pond. And feel that word, that energy rippling out. And feel your whole body overflowing with this energy. And just getting curious about one inspired action to support you in feeling more like this today. Just noticing what drops in. And feel that ripple, that energy begin to move through the whole body and out into the world. Feel the overflow of that energy out into the world, allowing you to serve from a place of overflow. Today, you get to show up in overflow. Taking one more deep breath, deep and grounding. Feel your roots, feel your sturdiness, feel your grounded, rooted joy. Feel a smile crossing your face And when you're ready, beginning to stretch, wiggle, and move, and gently opening eyes when you're ready. And may you carry this grounded presence with you for the rest of the day. Checking in with how you're feeling now. If you enjoyed the meditation or this talk about daily joy rituals and practicing the joy method and what that might look like, and you're curious about weaving this into your life, this is exactly what we're doing in the Joy Nest. And the Joy Nest is your soft place to land. It's a community where we don't just talk about joy, we actually are practicing it actively together. We use the joy method, the daily joy journal, and grounding rituals like this one to create sturdy roots, to call in your dreams with ease, to allow you to feel as good as you can possibly feel in your life, knowing and trusting that the better that you are feeling, the more that is coming in for you. And this is what we practice actively together in the Joy Nest. There are monthly joy sessions, there are monthly mentorship meetings, there are monthly joy drops and meditations and manifestations, and we come together to celebrate. There's lots of audio, so you don't have to do anything. It's not another to do. It is your soft place to land while you rise up into your life and your dreams with joy. So I'll post a link to that in the show notes. Reach out with any questions. I just feel like it's time to really honor ourselves, how we're feeling. It's so important to feel held and supported and inspired as you tend to your joy. And whatever way that looks like for you, that is my hope for you. So here's what I want to remind us all of today. I always include myself in these little wisdom drops, but it's remembering that grounding isn't something that you have to chase outside of yourself. It's not about making the conditions around you perfect. It's not about making sure everyone's doing their things or controlling or rescuing or fixing. It's literally bringing all of that energy back in. So just feeling yourself grounded and held in your energy today, noticing where you want to expend energy on things or people that maybe aren't even asking for it, and just gently bringing that energy back in. Because what's happening is those are energy leaks and you can't afford them. Just simply put, you can't afford more energy leaks. We're all so depleted in our culture. There's just so much busyness and stress and strain and depletion. It's time to notice where that energy is leaking, bring it on back home, ground within yourself, plant those roots, take those inspired actions, and feel better because you deserve to feel good. Joy is not only a feeling that we get to experience as we practice it, but it's actually who we are. So may you return to yourself every single day. And remember, take a breath, feel your feet on the ground, and remember that you are already rooted. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Until next time, keep tending to your joy.